Hi there, this is the tutorial for just a initial setup for the Cake Ninja pricing spreadsheet. So what you want to do is start on your instructions page, and you will see that you have some videos that are highlighted in blue, and those tutorials will always be on that initial instructions page. So what do you do when you first get the Cake Ninja? What you're going to want to do is keep a clean copy of it so that you can always start fresh if you want to, like at the beginning of the year. Or let's say your cakes down here have become quite numerous and you just want to start fresh with a new batch of cakes, depending on how many cakes you're doing. So you'll always want to keep a working copy and a clean copy. So the copy that you downloaded from me is your clean copy that you're always going to go from the beginning every time you want to get a new copy of something of one that's fresh and has not been changed at all. Now, if you do make changes on it, like your ingredients or something, if you make that on your working copy, it would be a good idea for you to go back and put it on your clean copy so that when you use your clean copy again, all those changes are still there. So how do you make a working copy if this is your clean copy? Now what I'm working on right here is mine that I'm using every day, so this is what it looks like when you're in the trenches. So you'll go up to File, Make a Copy, and let's say you want to name this working copy by your specific company name, which is what I've done. And maybe you want to put a date on it. So you could put Susie's Sweets January 2020, let's say. Because if you want to make another fresh one in June 2020, then you would name it June 2020, Susie's Cakes June 2020. And that way you've always got something denoting when you started it, or some way that you can remember. You could put 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, something like that. Some way that you know this is your current working copy. So then you're going to name it the way you want it and press OK. I'm not going to because I don't need another copy of mine. And it will pop up. You can't see it here, but in your toolbar up at the top and on all your tabs, it will pop up right next to your master, your original that you got from me. So let's say now I'm working on my working copy and I'm adding cakes down here and I'm doing things. But before you start adding a new cake to price it, you're going to want to customize your Costing Master. So go down here to the Costing Master tab. You're going to want to put in your hourly rate. You're going to want to put in your per mile charge. Those are the only two things that will probably never change, except for once in a while. So you'll put them there and then they'll pop up every time you make a copy of this particular tab. So then when you want to make a cake, what you'll do is you'll take a copy here, Costing Master, duplicate it, and let's say, okay, I'm going to make a Star Wars cake for the Smith family. So you can either name it Star Wars or you can name it Smith, however you want. I name it both ways, just depending. So the way you change a name is to click this little triangle and you can rename. The other way you can easily change a name on a tab is just click it twice and it highlights and you change it to whatever you want, okay? So let's go ahead and keep it at Star Wars. And then now you have your Costing Master for that cake. And if you go to the tutorial on the Costing Master, you'll see how to actually use this actual part of the spreadsheet, okay? Thank you, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.